Due to suggestive adult themes and dialogue, this podcast is intended for adults. In other words, the truth is ugly, so we get ugly right along with it. Everything we say is out of love for ourselves, our people, and our community. Sincerely, the Green Route Podcast.
And stop the damn dancing! Act like you got some goddamn sense, people!
Black people don't hope, we wish. We wish a motherfucker would be in our shit.
As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
All right, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to the Green Route Podcast, episode number 14.
Yeah.
Episode 14. We're in the double digits, y'all. I am GS.
And I'm Marlissa. What's up, y'all?
So, yeah.
All right. So let's go into the Trump docs, though. Like we were kind of there. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we talked about. No, we may have talked about this on last week's show. But pretty much the FBI raided Trump's house, right? One of his homes. Let's be clear that they raided the Palm Beach Mar-a-Lago residence, which he wasn't even at.
And truth be told, that's not really like a full-on residence because he has like people like coming there to visit, people kick it there.
His residence is in New York.
Yeah,
like where he genuinely spends his time is where his wife and his child is.
He probably
most
calls
of
it
the time.
a home for like a tax write-off. But that's a different conversation.
Some shit, yeah. So they roll up in there, and I do want to point out that just a few months before this raid, the FBI and the Department of Justice had visited Mar-a-Lago. What that visit was about was to go in and say, hey, we know you took some shit from the White House that does not belong to you. It belongs to the American people. It's supposed to be in the National Archives. They went down. They were able to retrieve 15 boxes of documents. Great. So the DOJ, the FBI, the National Archives folks start going through those boxes, and they're like, there's still some things missing. So they go back to the Trump team, and they're like, hey, there's more shit. Where is it? At this point, the Trump team stops cooperating. Hence why they got a judge to go sign a search warrant to go in and find the document. So when Trump gets, on, I think it was, what is it called? Truth Social is the name of the platform.
We're going to get on Truth Social.
That letter he sent, I don't know if y'all read it, but like it was a dog whistle to his people. So think about the speech he gave on January 6th before they marched to the Capitol, and then think about this letter. Like read it and you will see very similar kind of keywords in how one was written and how one was delivered. Be very careful about that. So they roll down there, they break into the safe, they open the safe. Not really sure. We're still finding out kind of what they found, but apparently it was enough for us to start talking about, hey, this motherfucker may have been selling national security secrets to the wrong people. So that's pretty much what we know now. Well, what I know. Do you know anything else?
That's all I know too. And I think right now, they're in a space to where they might have maybe done something to unseal to let us know like what they actually found. I'm not sure about that, so we'll find that out.
Yeah. So what the last thing I want to say on this, y'all, and I keep saying I'm gonna post the pieces that I write for Medium, and I will. I swear I will post them.
She gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it at some point. But I'm gonna post it because I did write a piece about how this, in particular, like this event, this incident, reinvigorated his base, because all they can see now is our guy is being attacked again. Big government is after us again. No privacy. Look, and you hear the way that they're talking. And so my piece, and it was for sensationalism, I gotta give y'all that, but the piece was called "The FBI May Have Just Handed Trump the 2024 Election." And I said that because big shit like this gets them out in numbers. And if we are sitting back, not necessarily going out because, oh, my vote doesn't matter, or because it's not really going to change anything, we have to be very careful about letting them be reinvigorated and get out to the polls while we sit at home thinking like, oh, nothing's going to change anyway, so I'm going to just chill.
Because he's dug himself into a hole or whatever. But we have to understand that, this is my last point, but their psychology is different. So again, things that we might like hear about a person would make, I guess, like the regular person or the normal citizen be like, no, I can't fuck with that no more. With him, no. It's the opposite. Him being raped, like we find somebody, like we find one of our leaders, and truth be told, if the FBI has to raid them, we're gonna be like, if it's the police, we're gonna look at them, we're gonna be like, oh, the police fucking with them. But if it's the FBI, we're gonna be like, ooh, what is this?
Except for the African socialist movement, that shit was weird to me.
Well, that was some weird shit. So, but I'm saying, like, we're more inclined to just believe it's bullshit with the police versus like the FBI. Yeah. Even though the FBI for sure has been guilty of fuckery and all kinds of stuff, for sure. But we're not automatically just going to believe anybody, any leaders, black, white, orange, other, anything.
Shit, like, Black Lives Matter, we called them out on one of our first episodes for that. What was it? $6 million house they bought.
All right, moving on to the next.
I'm just saying, anybody can get it at this point. This is a fair show where I don't care what side you on. Like, if you fucking up, you gonna hear about it. You gonna hear about it. So Brittney Griner.
Yeah. So they went ahead and gave her the max sentence on her situation, and it fucking sucks. I'm not sure exactly what we were expecting from them because, again, we in war. Well, they're in war, and we are by proxy in war as well. So I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to work out specifically.
Yeah, I think so. If we go back a few episodes, I think this was actually predicted. So, and you called it, which made me pen a piece about it. So your call was this could set a precedent for Russia getting what they want by holding American citizens and then negotiating what they want to get those Americans back. I think that's exactly what's happening here. So I think you actually, I wouldn't say you've spoken into existence, but I think you saw it before we knew what it was. So I actually think that's what's happening. There was no reason for them to give her 9.5 years for 0.7 grams of hash oil. It was like the remnants.
Yeah, it wasn't even nothing legit. Like, it's clearly, they're making a statement.
They're making a statement that I got your bitch.
Basically, come get her. Come get her. What y'all gonna do?
And in fact, what do you have that I want for her?
Exactly.
So I think you're right. I think because when you look at her defense, they put together a pretty solid case around the fact that she has played basketball in this country for 9 years. She actually calls this her second home. Like, she knows the rules. She has done this before. It was this much oil in the casing. They ignored all of that and even warned America, like, hey, don't interfere with our due process. I'm telling you right now, do not interfere. So they give her the max, but what I think is going to happen, and we know what's happening now, is that this calls for that official negotiation, the conversations amongst Russia and America, or the U.S., to say, you got our boy, we got your girl, and a few more of yours. What are you willing to give? But I think even more than the arms dealer, the true conversation is going to be our support for Ukraine. We just sent another, $5 billion over there to keep their government run. Shit, our government ain't running. I saw a tweet that said, I know a nigga that owe me money ain't planning a war right now. I know that's not what I'm hearing.
I know.
I'm just saying, Biden, I know that you not sending money over there when our people are on the streets and don't have working like good wages and can't find apartments less than $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. Those are taxpayer dollars.
There are so many income related issues. I got you. There are so many income related situations that we are dealing with here now, so it just kind of makes us all kind of question, like, where's all this money going? Where's all this money coming from to do this and to give? We're all aware of the war machine. We're all aware that that America, even in Afghanistan, which we're gonna talk about soon, there was a lot of money being made specifically by people who were in war, who were into the war business, the business of war. So
even if it's just you holding stock in Boeing or Northrop or Raytheon, we know that, like, if you are a major stockholder and those companies are funding or developing weapons for war, you are getting rich as fuck. You're getting rich as hell.
So so in this situation, people were online. They were talking about, it ain't a fair trade. We getting a basketball player for arms deal. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Never seems fair. I wanted to like get in there because they were making jokes about it, but I was like, that's kind of how this game goes. Like, it's if they have something that we want, they're going to figure out how much do we value it, and they're going to ask for things that That might not necessarily be equal in the eyes of us.
Brittney Griner was their best shot though, because she is the most celebrity of everyone that we had over there. So not to say that she's the most valuable, but they knew that they were going to get more airtime for holding her over. There's a school teacher, there's a journalist, us pretty much over there. And that pretty much tells us not to go to Russia right now.
And we do have to understand that this is a part of that game as well. And I'm glad you made that point. That's very valid, but that's a part of this game as well. They want us to us to look bad, and they want people within America to look at America bad. Like, they're aware of our history. They're aware of the racism.
About that girl,
They're aware of all of that. So it only behooves them to cause infighting or mistrust, or increase that mistrust amongst us in whatever way they can. When they were fighting in Vietnam, they were dropping leaflets on black soldiers, telling those black soldiers, hey, in America, they really don't fuck with y'all, and y'all know that. So this is a part of that same campaign, that same ideology to me.
I got you. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I want to see what happens next. They are in negotiation. They still have not sent her to one of the off base kind of camps that they send people to, so she's still being held in the prison, or the jail rather, that she was in, which is a very good sign, because once they send her off, you're gonna be there for a minute. So it's good that she is still there. I think she'll come home, and I think they'll actually
too.
I mean, I'm gonna say it again, send that little arms dealing home, and then get a very talented drone pilot
and take his ass out.
Ain't that some shit?
We are not calling for the murder of anyone at all. Let's be very clear here. But nah. Definitely thinking about it for sure. Peace, love, community, outlet.
Sunshine, sunshine, tell me where you are. 'Cause I need you to get me through my life.